That is exactly so. Because you see, agency, this matter didn't happen today. You had the whole of when you kept going to the Ghana courts and you sought injunction in those courts and all that. You had the opportunity of also going to ECOWAS if you so wish. But 3 months after the decision has been rendered, the president has taken action pursuant to the Constitution of the Republic. You can't come and then tell the court post facto, after the incident has happened, the court should now injunct it. It doesn't happen anywhere. And so the court did the right thing. There is nothing to injunct. There is nothing to injunct because the process is complete. So there is absolutely nothing to injunct. So,
but part of that ruling is also the dismissal of the preliminary objections by the AG that the ECOWAS Court did not have the jurisdiction to sit on this case, which has been dismissed as well. How would you react to that one? Also, based on the prima facie case, they established that there's been some form of human rights violations against Gertrude Torkornoo.
Well, that is a claim, human rights violation. I'm sure that's why she's in the court. In terms of the jurisdiction, I disagree with the court, but that's the courts, because I think that as a sovereign country where, of course, we have those treaties, but as a sovereign country where we have our constitution, which establishes the Supreme Court of the Republic, having exhausted all that, well, if I disagree with the court, but be that as it may, the court sees it as an opportunity to interpret the law and say that because of that treaty, they have jurisdiction. They can proceed. But for me, there is no human rights violation. You see, what the court will look out for is whether everything that happened was consistent with our laws. God is a sovereign country, so our sovereignty lies in our laws, our domestic laws. And so the court's determination is just to determine whether any part of the law was infringed. And for me, there was none. Because you see, what should have President Mahama done? The petition emanated from a citizen. That's what the Constitution says. Refer the petition to the Council of State. That's exactly what happened. Beyond the Council of State, if there is a prima facie case, put the prima facie case to a committee to look at it, where you'll be given a hearing. If you are talking of human rights is where you are denied that hearing. So you should have the opportunity to be heard. Was she given the right to be heard? She was. Then the committee came out with, when you look at the constitutional architecture, interestingly, there is even no room for appeal when the committee finishes its work. And that's exactly what happened. There's even no room for appeal in the court. But that's the Constitution. You may disagree, but it's been used against other people. And so the ECOWAS Court is only going to look at what the laws of Ghana is and whether any of the laws was infringed upon. Sub judice, you understand. And so I would not want to go into the merits of the case. And so, but what I would say is that we wish her well, but the process has continued. We've ended it. Justice Bafuboni is the Chief Justice.
But your leader last week said if the court decides on the substantive case and it goes in her favor, the president should comply.
Oh, that is so. I mean, the president would comply. That is if it happens.
But is that
in the meantime, well, it's for you to judge. I would not want to say so. If it happens in her favor, the law will be respected. But in the meantime, the country is running.